Hey guys, welcome back again. So last weekend I went to take the twin engine Starlet roll racing, and we went drag racing about a fortnight beforehand and there was no problems apart from the traction. Anyway, we turned up at the roll racing, everything went well, went out on the track, and whenever the car was coming up on a boost, it would just create this misfire on both the front and the rear engines. As soon as we start coming on the boost, it would just start going and start breaking down. Anyway, attempted 2 runs, just thought it was going to blow the cobwebs out. Maybe it had a fouled spark plug or something like that, but it didn't get any better. So I went back into the pits and we started inspecting, looking around, making sure the coils were plugged in properly. Couldn't find anything wrong. So we checked the logs, sure enough, we could see there was a misfire there. So we went out again, tried again. As soon as it starts coming up on the boost, starts misfiring. So at this point I'm frustrated. We bring the car back into the pits again and we're smelling the fuel, and I'm thinking maybe the fuel's gone off or something's wrong. We've been using the M2 additive in there that gives that sort of cherry smell, and we're smelling it. It smelled a little bit like petrol. So anyway, completely drained the fuel system, put 20 litres of fresh E85 in there, went for a drive up and down the car park, went out to the roll racing again. As soon as it comes on boost, just develops a misfire. So we pull a spark plug out, check them. The spark plugs on the front engine look fine, and we're just frustrated at this point, just couldn't figure out what was going on. So we pulled the pin, put the car in the trailer and went home. Anyway, spoke to a few other people and they also said that their cars randomly have been developing misfires as well. Both on E85. Where we live in Darwin, there's only 2 petrol stations that sell ethanol. So anyway, the other guys I was speaking to said, we don't run that additive, and the car developed a misfire. They checked everything, replaced ignition coils, checked the car front and back, couldn't find anything wrong. Eventually just threw a set of spark plugs in there just because, and it fixed the problem. So I thought, that's weird. So I went and bought a set of spark plugs, put them in the car, went for a test drive, problem solved. Another thing that's weird that's gone wrong is Nick's O2 sensors shit itself. The O2 sensor that the Haltech's running in the twin engine Starlet has also shit itself. My friend Aaron that gave me the idea of the spark plugs, his O2 sensor shit itself about 20 minutes after filling up. So we're thinking maybe there's some bad ethanol going around that's fouling plugs and doing damage to the O2 sensors. But regardless, we've got the car going again now. We've been playing with a few inputs and we've got the GPS sensor hooked up now. We've also got the traction control set up. So we have the cherry sensor with the trigger disc on the front, and we also have another trigger system on the rear. I don't know if you can see that too well. We have another trigger disc set up on the rear. So pretty much now the Haltech gets a RPM signal from front to back. So it knows that the front's braking wheel spin, braking traction. It knows we can pull boost and we can pull ignition timing and then ultimately control the traction that way. Problem is now we've got the 2-step working on the front. It shoots flames, makes a racket, launches fantastic, everything's working well. But then the rear starts to bog down now. So I've been brainstorming a few ideas and I think I've figured it out how we can make the rear stay on boost through the launch, but we're still playing with that now. So pretty much I need to iron out all those little issues because we have the biggest drag event for the year coming up in about 3 weeks' time. It's called Nitro Up North. It's the only time where the track prep was absolutely fantastic and we have some big cars up here. It's been a long time coming, but I reckon once everything's set up, we should be able to get a decent 9. And I reckon we're pretty close to 150 mile an hour. The best this has gone at the moment is 10.2 at 143. That's with the built motors and then big cams and whatnot. With the old standard 5Es that I had in there, which were standard cams, standard valve springs, just all the good bolt-ons on the outside, we went 10.7 at 139 miles an hour. Not much of a jump there, but mind you, it's making like 300 horsepower extra now, and we have all these traction issues. So once we fix up the traction issues and we can actually keep the foot pinned and go flying, it's going to be good. Also, after a few runs, this aluminium sheet here gets that hot from the engine being in the back that it makes it like a sauna inside the car. So I've gone and bought this heat shield that just sticks on the underside of the aluminium there. Now on the specs it reckons that this will block out 90% of the heat. So yeah, that should stop me sweating like a pig. Well guys, that's pretty much it for today. I was just doing a short video just to let you know that we are still alive. I've just been super busy with work and everything else. Twin engine car's a goer. Just going to get those few little things done and we'll head down to the track. Along with the GT, We've got all the methanol set up and that ready to go. That's going to be another video coming soon when we start it up and drive around on there. But until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.